jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Shout out to the hottest chat in the MFN game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know. WCS the first in the building. Let's get down to it, y'all. So, as of late, we always have boxing topics. And a lot of those boxing topics is based off boxing speculation. Okay? Speculation that we're in search of revelation. What is all the scuttlebutt that's out there, man? You know what I'm saying? Let's get down to it first. Opetaia, supposedly, allegedly, was in camp helping Tyson Fury get that work in preparation for the heavyweight undisputed showdown in February. And rumor has it that Opetaia, the former IBF Cruiserweight champion, dropped Tyson Fury. Now, they always say keep sparring indoors, right? And this is a huge fight coming up. This is a huge showcase, a boxing bonanza that's going down for, a fight of this magnitude is supposed to be grand, yo. It's not often we see a heavyweight undisputed. And this news is released, especially coming off Tyson Fury's fight with Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou was able to drop Tyson Fury in the third round in a sanctioned bout. Word is supposedly out that Opetaia dropped him while they was getting work and helping Tyson Fury prepare for this Alexander Usyk showdown. Now, Opetaia himself is getting ready to rematch Breeders, supposedly, or they will want that fight. But I'm saying to myself, you have some fighters that you walk in the gyms, right? And I'm going to be honest, it's all about what media is there. Because I've walked up in the gyms and seen sparring, and they didn't give a damn about the cameras being on. Then you walk up in the gym and they act like they never damn filmed sparring before. Cut the cameras off and all that. So they kind of keep sparring, depending on who you are, inclusive. Especially if it's a big name that's getting prepared for a pay-per-view fight. Getting prepared for a fight that's only several weeks away. Why would this information be leaked out? I'm just curious. Why would it be leaked out? Why would anybody leak this information out for Tyson Fury? I'll tell you why. First of all, I'm going to tell you if I believe it or not. WCS, do you believe the information that you've just heard out here on the rumor mill? You know what I'm saying? Of the YTC, social media. You know what I'm saying? On the blades of the airwaves, in the friendly skies. Do you believe this news that Tyson Fury was dropped by Opetaia, who struggled in there with Breeders? Do you believe it? And my answer is no, I don't. I don't believe it, because I've been on record as saying that boxing is the hocus pocus of combat sports. Yes, they have a lot of storytellers and magicians in boxing. They have bad habits that goes along with fighters who put out information to get you to tune in. You know what I'm saying? We see this freaking clown show all the time. Why would this information get leaked out? You know what I'm saying? Just to mess with the betting odds, just to spruce it up a little bit, just to get people to be a little bit more tuned in than usual. Man, we see this shit all the time. They always coming with somebody got dropped. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got dropped. Somebody got dropped. It's always one of the other, and then, depending on who's writing the article, they get up there and start thrashing a fighter who got dropped to make it seem like they washed up over the hill. Oh my God, this is going to be a bad fight for so-and-so. And then it makes it seem like the opponent that fighter who was dropped is going to have an easy go. Because if he can get dropped in sparring, he's out of shape. You only got 2 more weeks for this fight to happen. And he's getting dropped in sparring. Man, get out of here, bro. We've seen this shit before. We have seen it, heard it, been there, got the t-shirt, washed it, wore it again. People, as much as I want to apologize to you, and happen to endure this hocus pocus, rumor mill, infested swarm of freaking lies that circulate in boxing. Anything to manipulate the betting odds on this fight. Anything to manipulate the vested interests from the consumers. That's all. This is for the undisputed. Why would this information get out? Who was in the gym? Who leaked it? It's called free promo. It's called free promo. And they want to make it seem like it really has some steam to it. Because Opetaia is probably a future heavyweight, right? But right now he's a cruiserweight. And, they're trying to hype up his fight and Tyson Fury fight. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to give Opetaia that steam he's looking for to head back in his next fight. And then Tyson Fury, they just trying to play the fiddle a bit. To get us to say, oh, man, Alexander Usyk, he shouldn't have no problem. Tyson is washed up. That's what they're saying. Tyson is washed up. So let's go over here to the article in Boxing News 24 for a second. All I'm going to do, I want you to follow along while we basically decipher these phonetic characters, which is called reading, people. Okay, just bear with me. Okay, and this is a non-gradable period of instruction. You know how people flee the scene when they think okay? So, numerous rumors are circulating about the powerful southpaw Opetaia, 24-0, 19 knockouts, having dropped the 35-year-old Fury, 34-0-1, 24 coming by way of knockout, who some feel is old and washed up at this stage in his career. Damon commented on the rumor saying, yep, I heard it. Didn't happen. Opetaia did 5 rounds of sparring with Tyson Fury in Saudi Arabia, but with the lack of orthodox sparring in Fury's camp, Opetaia is now returned to Australia to continue his own preparations for the planned Marius Breeders rematch at Fury Usyk. Okay? And they go on to basically show you tweets that was sent out, on X. And, they have different people that's basically saying Like Ben Damon said, Ja Opetaia did 5 rounds of sparring with Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? And just pretty much what I read. And then the next guy, Tasman Fighter, said Opetaia has recently returned from Saudi Arabia where he sparred and trained with Tyson Fury. They were fantastic, competitive rounds, and incredible experience for Ja. However, any talk of either boxer being dropped is not true. Ja is now back in Australia finalizing his preparations to defend his world title. All right? To defend his world title and cannot wait to do so in Saudi Arabia. So both of these guys, Opetaia being extremely undersized when we talking about sparring the heavier Fury, right? They're going to be fighting on the same card. So this is where I talk about the hocus pocus of this information on how they love putting gossip out there to the people. They love manipulating. They love puppetizing the consumer to get them to tune in to shit. All of a sudden, this news comes out and both of these fighters are on the same card. On the same card, y'all. Both of these fighters are on the same card. So what better way to go out here and tell a lie? Perfect example. When Crawford came down here and sparred Brian Norman, people were straight up lying till my Crawford was dropped. You know what I'm saying? It happens all the time. You know, people always want to lie about sparring. If a fighter land a good punch, oh my God, did his fingers touch the ground? You know what I'm saying? They always want to exacerbate the situation when it comes to boxing sparring. We've seen so much back and forth about Tszyu, Devin, Ryan Garcia, Roller Romero, Shakur Stevenson, all over the place. But when are they going to fight one another? You know what I'm saying? When are they going to fight? All the sparring rumors are out there. This happened. Gervonta Davis, this happened, that happened. None of them fight each other, but that's the hocus pocus of boxing, y'all. Don't ever forget it. It goes on to say, it talks about how Fury was dropped by Francis Ngannou, his last fight in October. And many fans believe he should have lost that fight. Deontay Wilder knocked Fury down 4 times in their 3 fights. It's good that somebody mentioned that Deontay did knock down Fury, and both of them took damage during that trilogy. Shout out to the chat. Larry Lopez on the deck. Salute. He said Opetaia Floyd Fury. You know what I'm saying? You know how that is. They're on the same card and they want to bring attention to the card. We've seen and we've witnessed and we've read and we've been a part of this experience. You know what I'm saying? We've been part of this experience before. It's called make them look like a goofball experience. Have them scrambling around and freaking doing freaking live streams on it. They love puppetizing the consumers, man, and the content creators. They love this shit. Shout out to Sir Senior, cooking with Sir Senior on deck. Salute to you, bro. Mike on deck, I see you. What's good with it? Salute. The OG Mr. Golden on deck. What it do? What's good with it, bro? But that's all I'm gonna take on Opetaia, man. I'm not gonna give him too much shine. You know what I'm saying? But man, this is the oldest trick in the book when it comes to boxing, goddammit. Be careful how you turn them pages. You know what I'm saying? Just don't look for pictures. Just don't look for pictures, because that shit is gonna be deceptive. I know some of you are visual learners. Visual. But in this case, you know, you need to be audio learners. You need to be aware of the audio that comes out on these fights that's coming up, because a lot of it is lies. You understand? Ryan Garcia, man. Let's talk about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia, as you all know, he's on a crusade to continue his freaking journey, y'all, in the land of the lost. Once again, Ryan Garcia has continued his crusade, his journey to venture into the land of the lost. A lot of people, including myself, when it comes to Ryan Garcia, don't quite get it. Because when he fought Gervonta Davis finally after ducking him, it seemed like he just wanted a friend at the end. You feel me? He just wanted a friend, y'all. Ryan Garcia just wanted a friend. You know, he was just there. He wanted to exchange numbers. But if I rewind it just a little bit, this was the same guy driving down the street. Seemed like he had had a tearful moment of walking up in the club and didn't get the reaction that he was looking for. Somebody snatched him by his collars, had his feet dangling, and was threatening to take his goddamn chain. Because Ryan had tried to cross over and venture into the culture. Ryan thought it was going to be something simple as putting on a chain and then dress it a certain way that you can blend in with the culture. With his 10 million plus social media followers, he changed up that white shirt with a black bow tie, the goofy bar mitzvah, you know, Mexican American, no English speaking individual. Yeah, that's what he did. That's Ryan Garcia, y'all. Fast forwarding, he finally got back around to finally facing Gervonta Davis. All we saw leading up to the fight was complaining. Yeah, he should feel some type of way about Gervonta being late to the presser, but he was it's so unprofessional. God. And then he put a rehydration clause in there, and you know, and I am had this and I am that. Man, come on. Then once again, the hocus pocus, right? Ryan Garcia was on a show, on a podcast, and said that there was a stipulation in there that Ryan can only eat so many times a freaking day. You know what I'm saying? Boxers, not all of them, but a lot of them, they love to lie. They love to lie to those consumers and content creators and anybody who's listening from the outside. They love to lie. They try to go viral. So when he got on press week talking all that shit, and then finally he went from New York to Cali. And he wanted to get up there and make sure Gervonta was there already, and then he came down. They finally, did the face off. And, they was trying to, shadow box a little bit. And Gervonta freaking cut that shit off real quick. He popped him in the jaw. And Ryan's like, he had this little boy look on his face. Like, oh, you hit me? And then he gonna shoot shine out like a little goofy kid. And let me show you my flash speed. Well, they finally fight. He got up from one left hand, and then he didn't for the next. Overall, he lost the fight. With that fight, Ryan Garcia was able to make a lucrative purse, y'all. More than he ever made in his career. This is talking about a pugilist, y'all, who hasn't won a legitimate championship yet. But he finally was able to go in there with Tank Davis and do very solid numbers together. So we found out that one of the two people, Tank has always been on the pay-per-view level, but with a dance partner, undefeated, both fighters, they step in there together and they do solid numbers. I don't know what the numbers are, but I know they got paid very, very handsomely. With that said, I guess, Tank friendship or, Ryan Garcia, admiration at the time has worn off a little bit. And Ryan Garcia's back where he was before. Ryan Garcia's back where he was before when he had a situation going on where he bowed out a lot of the fights. We call it Duck Masters Coalition over here at WCS. He was the pound for pound. And then he returned and he said it was mental health. So a lot of people don't want to touch the mental health because it will offend people. It's almost like a psychological Me Too movement. You know, you get all the people that supposedly going through bad situations, and they join together to refute any criticism you have. So he came back about this, you know what I'm saying? His mental health, and he wanted everybody to know that Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior and everything. So when he stepped out the ring with Gervonta Davis, he had a fight with Duarte where he looked different. And I commended Ryan Garcia for the way he looked. Outside of the showsy posy, I like how he was patient. I like how he was using the stick. I like how he was keeping his distance, moving around from a flat-footed fighter. I knew Diddy James didn't have nothing to do with that transformation. I knew it. And excuse me for bringing up Diddy James, but that was his trainer, y'all. And Ryan Garcia came out here looking like he had been having a tent set up over there at TMT Mayweather's gym, and he's been sleeping in there because he came in there and he looked totally different than he did against Tank Davis. He wasn't overly committing with the lead left hook. Like I said, he was patient. He waited and moved and broke his opponent down, caught his opponent coming in, sometimes with some nice, solid, piercing counter shots. And then when it got to that point for him to turn it up, he put his combinations together. I like that performance. But I have to deduct points from Ryan Garcia for whatever that blasphemy that was going on with him when he was turning his back and wanted his opponents to goddamn burst his kidneys. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell that 360 that punched me in the spinal region. My back is broken. What do you mean, Ryan? Spinal. It seems like that's what he was looking for. I'm serious. It seems like that was what Ryan was looking for. Shout out to Boxing Conversation, Reggie Owen. Salute to you, bro. Jones on deck, man. What they do, bro? And yeah, I appreciate that, Jones. Yeah, for sure. And I'm thinking to myself, I like what I've seen with the transformation, because I take Errol Spence being under the tutelage of Diddy James, and he never made a change like that. And then I see Ryan Garcia, who was flat-footed, and I'm not saying him and Errol Spence had any type of similarities, but they both was linear fighters, right? But Ryan Garcia changed that up, and it just seems like he was over there in the Mayweather's gym. It was pictures out there before he stepped in there with Duarte and everything. He looked different. Now it gets to a point where you saw the tweets come out that Ryan was trying to convince us, the consumers, that he was a prize fighter. He was the one that was bringing the consumers to the seats, right? So after that Gervonta Davis fight and the Duarte performance, he kind of got a little full of himself. And I'm asking myself, did that have anything to do with Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior? Did he tell you to be braggadocious as a non-title boxer? I'm talking about you haven't achieved that merit yet. He hasn't blessed you with that yet. So he made it seem like he was going in there to fight Devin Haney. And we was like, oh, shit. Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney. Okay. No. Hold on. In pure Ryan Garcia fashion, he did an about face, and he threw it down in second gear while his feet was on the gas, and he burnt out. He got the hell up out that negotiation. And from what we understand, we really don't know why he did it. You know what I'm saying? He said now he wants to fight Rolly Romero. I hope my promoters will get behind me and support me. And then come to find out Rolly Romero no, they say he priced himself out. I can see that. I can see Rolly knowing that he's going to go in there and get his ass beat. and understand this is it for him. He got that title, but when he goes in there, he need to make sure he gets paid millions. So I can see Rolly going in there overpricing himself. Then there was rumor mill that Ryan was gonna fight this person, that person. We really don't know who he's gonna fight now. But once again, people, let it be told that there's gossip out here with 3 S's that they're saying Adrian Broner and Ryan Garcia will be a big fight, bigger than an event. Adrian Broner and Ryan Garcia. Adrian Broner. I told people all the time, Adrian Broner still has Wall Street because he hasn't been stopped. He hasn't been stopped. 4-weight champion. Adrian Broner is now being rumored to be a potential opponent of Ryan Garcia in the near future. Now, don't quote me on this. All I'm asking you to do is just listen to what I'm saying. Listen to the language. I don't want you to get me confused with the color-coded clickbaiter. You know what I'm saying? That loves putting out fake information. You know what I'm saying? I want you to just pay attention. I'm not saying this is a confirmation. This has been set in stone, anything. When they say so-and-so's in talk, this fighter's in play, word has it, don't believe it. It's just a way to get you tuned in before you get tuned out. So if Adrian Broner is able to come back and fight somebody by the name of Ryan Garcia, that's going to be a plus for Adrian. You know what I'm saying? Because he gets to make a pretty decent check if he can make weight. And Ryan Garcia, he's going to do his best to get an Adrian Broner on his record. Seriously. How do I feel about this? I just feel like Ryan Garcia is extremely lost. I'm not going to lie. That's the way I feel about it. I hope he gets it together. My advice to that youngin' is that, you know, when you point to the sky and say, keep Jesus Christ in your life, you know, Ryan Garcia kind of gives us a little bit more clarity as to how it is this day and time, you know, with people and how they look at religion. You have a fighter that's talking about Jesus Christ, but it just seems like he's not allowing Jesus Christ to lead his path. Where's the light, Ryan? Why aren't you waiting on the Holy Spirit to guide you, man? It seems like you just lay those quotes up there, and before they even able to do any work for you, they evaporate, right? What's going on with you, man? Adrian Broner, 35 victories, 4 defeats, 1 draw, and 24 knockouts. His last loss was against Pacquiao in January 2019. One thing we know about Adrian Broner, up to this point, January 2024, he's only had 2 fights since his previous loss to Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? He's had 2 fights since his loss. So he's on a 2-fight win streak. He beat Giovanni Santiago and Bill Hutchison, both via unanimous decision. All right? So with that said, will Ryan Garcia get any credit for going in here against Adrian Broner? You know, people, I think I should get reimbursed for even speaking and using my oxygen on this. But I have to, because I just don't feel like speaking about the Tank Davis Ferrari, Mr. Ferrari, Mr. Dos Ferrari. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like talking about a lot of that shit. But for Adrian Broner, man, he's 34 years old. He's still fairly young, but you know, there's so many people out here believing that he's much older than that due to his alleged out of the ring, you know, conditions that he chooses to let himself get a little bit out of control. So they saying he's just a little bit older internally, and then it's starting to show externally. But people are gonna look at this. People are gonna look at this. If this has any validity to it, they're gonna look at it and they say, okay, they're gonna give Ryan Garcia a pass. Seriously, they're gonna give Ryan Garcia a pass, bro. They are. They're gonna give him a pass on this fight because he couldn't make the Rolly fight. He couldn't make the Devin fight. Man, he's all over the place. It'll be good if he fight Isaac Cruz, because we know Isaac is going to give him that pressure. But I don't know what to say about the guy. If Adrian Broner is up next, so be it, man. You know, they're going to give the babyface Ryan Garcia a pass because they're going to feel sorry for him a little bit. They're going to show some empathy. They're going to say, that's not bad. I want to see Adrian get a fight anyway because he only fought twice since January 2019. We want to see him get back in the ring. You know what I'm saying? We want to see him get back in the ring against a notable opponent. Why not Ryan? You know, why not Ryan? He gets an Adrian Broner on his record too. You know, that's what they're going to say. Shout out to Cincinnati, Ohio, man. Shout out to AB, man. They can never forget this man is a 4-division champion, y'all. Adrian got his out the way early. Early, y'all. South on deck, what's good? I see you. Ryan is prime example like some other public figures. Faith should never be your lead. Faith has nothing to do with winning or losing. It's about salvation and eternity. Man, talk it, man. Speak it. Believe it. That's how I feel, bro. You made a very solid point. Well said. I just don't understand how I'm supposed to piece this together with Ryan Garcia. It has nothing to do with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with the Bible. Like, you just made all that money with Tank, but it seems like you still unhappy. Doesn't it? It feels like Ryan Garcia is so unhappy. You know what I'm saying? I said this about Ryan before, how it seems like he's trying to get respect. He want to fight the best fighters, but he may not have confidence in himself that he himself is a good fighter. I'm talking about against solid competition. You know what I'm saying? He may not feel that he can own up to that and live up to the expectations people live for him. You know, people have for him. We want to go back to the 135-pound division where I said before they put him in the Fab Five. I'm like, what? He haven't did anything. He fought Javier Fortuna? Man, get out of here, bro. You're going to fight Javier Fortuna at 140? Like, dude, that's no one. Everyone that was a Fab Five in there has did pretty much something special. You know, Vasil Lomachenko, of course, he was already there. Javante, already there. Devin, already there. Teofimo Lopez, already there. And then they had you in there. Out of all those names, you are still the one searching for a title, bro. And you're not happy with the WBC interim. You're not happy with that. And you're not happy with the other one that you got. What's going to make you happy is going in there proving to yourself that you can beat the best. And that would have been a proving ground for you if you could have got the fight with one of those names I mentioned. You know, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez. Not so much Rolly, but I thought he would go the Rolly route because it's easy. I thought he would go the Rolando Romero route, but I can see Rolly pricing himself out because that's a tough fight for him. He going to lose that title. It's a tough fight. This ain't sparring no more. This ain't sparring. And Rolly is not over there with Mayweather no more. I'm not saying he don't have any attachment, but he's not over there with Mayweather no more. It's mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? It's mind-boggling at the end of the day. It's extremely mind-boggling. Um, Let me do touch on this, while I'm here, and let's help. Let's hope that Ryan Garcia gets what he wants, and that's validation. Ryan Garcia is he has this type of exemption that people are going to give him because he's still young and he doesn't, the little shit that he comes off as being brash and everything. People don't take it as serious as a fighter that's really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Like, they know Ryan has his deficiencies. He comes up a little short. He's inept in a lot of, areas of boxing. Where people see Ryan going into a tough fight and saying, Ryan got this. You know what I'm saying? They're not there yet. But they seem to give him a pass because of who he was prior to all this. Making the goofy videos, being the Flash. You know what I'm saying? Doing all these challenges on freaking social media. You know what I'm saying? Being a social media star. Having the attention of the younger female generation. That's where they at. But let me transition into the next topic. So it's rumor mill that Terrence Crawford and Tszyu may potentially be on the future calendar. May have already been on some of you Rolodex already. But it's out here, and they say fans are excited about the possibility of Terrence Crawford moving up to welterweight to challenge unbeaten Tszyu. 24-0, 17 knockouts for the WBO junior middleweight title next. The fight still hasn't reached negotiation stage, but Crawford coach Bernie Davis is in favor of the contest, and Tszyu seems to like the idea as well. So let me bookmark that right there. It's not in negotiations, so they say. But that's all they're talking about out here. That potential Crawford, Tszyu. Now, I don't have a problem with this fight. Not to remediate what I've already said, but I don't have a problem with this. I really don't. Like, it gives Crawford the opportunity to fight for another division title. And against a name that has lineage in boxing as Tszyu. He's basically established his own name. That's why he said, what's my MFing name? So he's established his own. Crawford is 40-0, 31 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? Tszyu is the much youthful fighter at 29 years of age. He says Terrence hits just as hard as him. That might surprise some boxing fans because he is bigger than Crawford and is viewed as a killer puncher. One thing we can say about Crawford is that the real ones know not to underestimate the guy that they say the little one. The little one's coming in here, y'all. They know better based off what they witnessed July 29th, because they was talking about size. But we've all seen it go down with Crawford beating up bigger guys. He's on display of beating up bigger guys. He even did it when he initially came to the division. Jeff Horn got that work. Much bigger fighter. Tough Aussie. And Crawford went in there and not just beat him, but stopped him. Now, it goes on to say if Crawford moved up to fight him, it would be a great fight. I would favor Crawford to win by late knockout, says Stephen Edwards to Mill City Boxing, discussing a potential fight between Terrence Crawford and WBO junior middleweight champion Tszyu. It's difficult to know how well Crawford will handle the power of fighters at 154, like Tszyu, because he hasn't faced a puncher like him during his 16-year professional career. Crawford has been given a little too much praise for his victory over depleted Errol Spence. And this is where I definitely grab that, you know what I'm saying, that hot grease that I had over there heating. And I said, stop hating. Stop hating, Scott Bells. Stop hating. Give that man his credit. Stop hating, bro. You know what I'm saying? We're not giving him a little too much praise. That was a freaking fight between 2 pound for pound fighters. And it was being spoken on for a long time. And when it finally materialized, just because the results wasn't in the favor of those who thought the better fighter was Errol Spence based off resume, whose fault is that? You didn't pay close attention. You didn't do a thorough examination. You came off there off an EBT doctor's recommendation, and you got disappointed. They came in there, yeah, what you in here for? Okay, I'm gonna prescribe you aspirin. Okay, just take some Bayer. Yeah, I know that don't treat a rash, but you on the EBT healthcare, and that's what we're gonna give you. I mean, people up here believing that they had the answers based off the eye test. The eye test deceive you. You know what I'm saying? The eye test for some may have been impaired because of cataracts. You know, when you're sitting around here for 3 years knowing you got cataracts, and the fighter that you're rooting for got cataracts, both of y'all walking into a blind situation. Both of y'all looking to get punched in the eyeball. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all. So don't sit up here and hate because y'all underestimated the results. Yes, you did. You underestimated and you got reminded. Moving on, only special fighters in history of boxing have won titles at 135 and 154. Roberto Duran, Pernell Whitaker, Oscar De La Hoya, Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao. I'm sorry, 6, Shane Mosley. Terrence Crawford will be the 7th, said Edwards. If he, Crawford, can pull that off, it'll be a tremendous accomplishment, and he'll be the 7th man in history to do it, and I would favor him to do it. I think he will win. It's everything, his mind, he's operating at a master level right now, says Steven about Crawford. He's so comfortable in the ring, he's seeing anything. I mean, he's seeing everything. I like how he dressed that up. I like how he dressed it up, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel the same way. I feel that Crawford is fighting on a master level. And though I've been criticized for over praising, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Crawford, I look at it this way. At the end of the day, down at Christmas and all the holidays is past and we're in the first quarter of 2024, I said from the bottom of my heart, I hope this fight happens at the first half of this year because I didn't want the pain to subside too much. I wanted him to go in there for a rematch, and now it's not happening. So therefore, I have to, praise what's next. I have to look forward. I have to, posture up a little bit and say, oh, shit, okay, let me look forward to Tszyu. And then what I knew about, the fight that we witnessed down at 147, I'm saying, hey, Crawford is fighting on a master level, yo. This fight right here shocked an entire global system called boxing. Boxing is global. It shocked the whole entire global system, y'all, of full contact sport. Crawford and his team shocked a global system of full contact sports. This was an upset that turned into individuals being mesmerized. So, of course, after coming off that glorious victory, him going to him to Tszyu, I'm saying to myself, I'm not treating Tszyu like I did Errol Spence. Tszyu is a worthy opponent, bro. Tszyu is tough. Tszyu is tough, man. You know what I'm saying? But the fighter that I know for a fact is one of the best of this era. His adjustments, you know what I'm saying? How he breaks down bigger fighters, his boxing ability, his power that he possesses. I still give him the pluses that he need to wear into that battlefield. I still give him the pluses. I still give him the pluses to go in there and get the job done, bro. Because when you talk about greatness, you have to understand when people are stepping up to face, who's getting more benefit out of this? Tszyu or Crawford? You might have some to say both. But Tszyu is getting the bigger benefit by Crawford's name, 40-0, if this fight is indeed on the calendar. 40-0, he's getting a pound-for-pound guy. Tszyu is not on the pound-for-pound list. You know what I'm saying? He's going in there fighting a guy who has multiple world champions to his freaking body of work. Multiple championships, multiple divisions. He has accolades that only he was able to do first. 2-time undisputed, man. You can't deny that shit. So when Tszyu walks in here, if that fight happens, I'm all for it. I'm not going to take the same approach that I did with Spence because it's two different fighters. But I do have Crawford winning that fight. For those of you that's wondering what my thought process is, I do have him winning that fight. I wouldn't have it any other way, y'all. I wouldn't have it any other way. Believe that. Shout out to Martin King Boxing on deck, man. What's good with you? I see you on deck. I'd rather see Bud fight Tszyu than Boots. I'll just put that out there. Well, Andrew, you know, since you over here and you want to sit up here and give me a reason to talk about Mr. Lace 'em Up, Boots himself, I'll comment on it. See, I actually was talking about, Tszyu. I was trying to keep it in a smooth directive, 1-to-1 Crawford, Tszyu, Crawford. I didn't want to seem like I was overly criticizing the Philly special. But I agree with Andrew Charles. I do agree I would rather see Tszyu rather than freaking Geronimo. I have no problem with Geronimo. I have to reemphasize that, y'all, because my people sometimes they take shit personal for no reason, just like a pimple on the face. You know what I'm saying? They got to reach up there and they got to pop it. Just leave it the fuck alone. You'll be good. I have to say that for my people. It is not personal. It's just boxing. I would like to see Crawford definitely fight Tszyu other than Boots. Because I feel when it comes to the social media trolley that they're pushing up the hill, right? They're trying to be selfish without using the same language that they was using before. They was talking about everything that Crawford hasn't done to face Spence. Well, keep the same language with Boots. Talk about everything he hasn't done. I do see Bozy out here saying Crawford pick up the phone. Why? Why? Why, oh why would he do such a thing? Why would he pick up the phone, Bozy? Bozy, why would Crawford pick up the phone, man? Look, why would you want to fight somebody that said Geron was a theater fighter? I think Geron has, Boots has mad skills, man. Seriously. But I don't want to see him fight Crawford. Crawford goes in there and beat Ennis, right? His 3-time undisputed is not going to be respected like his 2-time undisputed because he went in there with a fighter that was supposed to be equal or greater than him. No one's saying that Boots, based off his resume and the names on his freaking paperwork, is bringing them to the conclusion that Boots is equal or greater than Crawford. His resume don't stand up, man. And you should see a person like Crawford, what he went through with these naysayers and haters. I mean, he has a whole different look to his selection process. He's not going to give a F about what they saying to my, this is who you should. He probably giving them the finger, bro, with Dookie on the end of it. You know what I'm saying? He probably getting real disrespectful behind the scene. He's my man. F y'all. Y'all up here saying I'm dirty? I got loaded gloves. I thought I trained my ass off. Did y'all see me in the motherfucking hills? Did you see me running the steps in Colorado Springs? Did you see the work that I put in? And you telling me who I should fight? When y'all was up here saying, oh no, Crawford ain't dead shit, man. He ain't dead shit, man. He just up here, man, please. He ain't dead shit. He ain't fought nobody. He ain't fought nobody. Spence did all the heavy lifting. We heard this. Look, we heard this shit before. I'm not trying to pop no strings on the violin no more, man. I'm not trying to take y'all through that shit and say, but what about it being live music, though? Man, the shit sound terrible. Okay, man. I'm going to put the violin down. What about if I play the flute, though? Man, nobody wants to see. What about the harmonica? Don't nobody want to hear that shit. What about the trombone? Man, god damn. Trumpet? Tell me the instrument that sounds better when I tell you this story. Because I will forever talk about the T-Mobile massacre, y'all. Just tell me the instrument I need to switch it up. Should I bring in the drums? Should I bring in the tambourine? Tell me how I can make this flow a lot easier than what's already been put out there. Because, look, it's hard to talk about a horror show without some freaking drums. Okay? You got to have some type of beat in there. You got to have some soft freaking, like a cello or something. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that shit, man. How do I talk about what separates Crawford from Boots? Crawford haven't even came close to even having a Ricky Burns on his record. Where's the Gamboa on his record? Everybody like mentioning Gamboa, goddammit. Get him paid off his name, image, and likeness. Shit, where's the Gamboa? Where's somebody that's on Boots' resume as a Gamboa that he say, oh man, I love that fight right there. Help me, help y'all. Boots should fight 3 opponents this year. Show out and watch him. Get some paychecks. Build his name. No doubt, man. Check the box on that. It's just all about, I have this question for you. What 3 opponents in the welterweight division? If you're talking about one being Blair the Flair, yes, get Blair the Flair up there. He need that. You know, Blair Cobbs was calling him out. You know what I'm saying? And he pulled up on him several times. Still, no interaction. No dance partner. You know, that's one. So we got 2 more now. We got 2 more. Virgil Ortiz has moved up to 154. You got to exclude him out of there. So we've heard about Barrios and freaking Stantionis. Yeah. Barrios, I like Elasteca. I don't know, man. Stantionis, okay. But also Keith Thurman is still at 147, so they say. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman is still at 147. So I would throw Keith Thurman in there. Blair Cobbs, Keith Thurman. Potentially Stantionis. Because the only reason I'm not really throwing Barrios in there is just he has that stand in front of you style, bro. You know what I'm saying? That stand in front of you and bang it out style. I need a different style for Boots. I need to see him in there with a Korean Chudakin-like style, but somebody who's going to stay actively with engaging Boots in this and show him different angles. I don't want that stand in front of Boots like Ramon Vera and keep on pressing and get beat the fuck up. If you know how to do it, then do it. But I just don't want to see that style right now. You know, because if you're talking about stepping in there with Crawford, you know, I don't know. You know, you're talking about stepping in there with Crawford, who's very diverse and show you many angles. Oh, that shit right there. No. You need to fight somebody that's gonna give you that challenge. Real talk. You gotta fight somebody that's gonna give you that real challenge. That's all I'm saying, people. That's all I'm putting out there. I'm not trying to start off the year wrong. Don't forget Conor. You know, OG's saying Conor. Okay. The reason why I didn't mention Conor Ben there, OG, is the fact that he cannot get his license over in the UK. They want to prove him, get his license back for whatever reason. All that hocus pocus stuff with Dillian White, you know, B sample just poof, be gone. Hocus pocus. Thank you, David Copperfield. His shit disappears. And then he comes out there with unapproved gloves. Hey, that's okay. Anyway, Conor Ben fighting over here in the US, yes. Okay. You know, he has an okay name, so to speak, linked with certain people. But we still waiting on Conor Ben. Conor Ben, just like I didn't mention his name, he needs to put himself back out there more. And why not fight a Boots Ennis? Boots Ennis ain't, you know, calling out a Conor Ben. But I'm pretty sure I've witnessed Conor Ben saying he'll fight Boots Ennis. You know what I'm saying? But the man of 1,000 eggs, I wonder, has he been cleared totally like that? Because I haven't seen somebody, you know, get accused of something, pop for clomiphene, be found something sort of kind of not guilty, but yet still be punished. That's just like the Alicia Baumgartner. They say she didn't willingly ingest. She didn't intentionally, ingest a performance enhancing drug, but yet she's on probation or something for the incident. So what clears a fighter? I don't know, man. You know, Conor Ben, yeah, I see you with that, but the man of 1,000 eggs, is he on a different nutritional plan? Is he on snack? Because I'm pretty sure Victor Conte can get him on some other shit besides goddamn eating 1,000 eggs, you know, doing training camp. You know what I'm saying? They say Conor Ben was just 2 eggs away from falling off the wall and goddamn becoming the UK, the British Humpty Dumpty. He was only 2 eggs away, dog. And he would have tilted his ass backwards and say Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall. But this would be a modern day Humpty Dumpty. Throw him in there with Mean Machine. Yeah, that's a good name. That's a good name. You know? Mean Machine, that's a good name. But once again, these fighters, you know, where are they at right now? I like Mean Machine. He does have respectable power. He fights too. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he's been in there with the likes of a Crawford. He's been in there. He's proven. Calling those free range organic eggs, whatever they were. I think when he cracked the shell open, the motherfucker was green. Because in order for that shit to happen, you eating that many eggs and your system is testing positive for estrogen supplement or whatever. He probably had some green eggs and ham. Something. Them things wasn't a regular egg when you cracked them open. But I would like to see him, you know, step in there with the boots. But when it comes to Crawford, I respect what he's saying about, you know, Boots being a theater fighter, and he's not there yet. Crawford has every right to say it because why? What he was put through, but more so what he earned. He earned all the accolades that he put on his resume. He never had no split decision or no majority decision. He don't have no draws on his record. I mean, it's a lot to respect about Crawford, especially how he went in there and totally decimated Errol Spence's entire career. You know? So they're in the rebuilding stages for that. And I'm not going to go on no, you know, Errol Spence rampage or whatever. But they should show a lot more respect to Crawford for what he went in there and did to Spence. Absolutely, they should. They should show a lot more respect. for what that man was able to go in there and do and how he did it and the results. He got it done. He was respectful. But yet, when it all comes down to it, I'll save that for another live. I can't do it with Ryan Garcia. Then I save it for another live, y'all. Real talk. I got to save it for another live. Because Ryan Garcia don't deserve for me to start talking about, you know, someone that's in that halo of greatness. And he's down here in a puddle of fakeness. He don't know what he want. He want to point to the skies and heavens, but he don't know why he's doing it. It just looks good. Period. It looks good. Yeah, for real, right? He says, Ryan world we just live in. You ain't lied, right? You ain't lying, for real. But hey, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Y'all hold it down. Till next time, peace.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars. Should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, subscribe.